What's up, guys? It's Mark from Beach Bluff Outdoors. You new to trapping? You just getting started? One of the most common sets that everybody uses is the dirt hole set, man. It's bulletproof. It's the go-to for everybody, but there's 5 big mistakes that new people make. 5 big ones, and I'm going to tell you how not to make those mistakes and give you some tips to help you out. You ready for this? Hey guys, you know it's Mark, Beach Bluff Outdoors. You know who I am, what I'm about. You watch the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell. Ring the bell, baby. Get all the notifications for everything that we do. We're wrapping up turkey season 2019. We're out here, just finished up a hunt. Took a nice little turkey this morning. But I want to take a couple minutes before I head to the house and dress this bird and get my day started and tell you about 5 big mistakes. Summertime trapping's coming on, and if you're new and you're wanting to get started, you didn't get started in the wintertime, the ground was frozen, all that water to deal with, you're probably going to use dirt hole sets, and there's 5 common mistakes that rookies make. I made them. Everybody makes them. When I brought Biggie into trapping, fur trapping on a line like we do, Billy Smith, you know, all of our pro staff guys, I gave those guys a lot of tips and tricks, and they all made the same mistake. So I'm going to tell you what they are. Number one mistake, not backing your set. Excuse me. What that means is you pick that spot, you've read that terrain, you know where these dogs are moving, you know what you're looking for, and you're setting on sign, and you find you a good spot, and you pull up there and you make that, you punch that dirt hole and you set that trap bed, man, you're ready to go. You're not going to catch anything. You made one big mistake. You didn't back that set. You got to guide that dog. You got to keep him from coming in behind. You got to keep him from coming over the back of that set and digging. You got to keep him from coming up and blindsiding that set. You got to guide him in there where you want him. You got to back that set. One of my favorite methods was right in a little turn of a field on a terrace. A lot of dogs were moving through that area. There was a lot of sign there. I took a little piece of a log, a little piece of a dead tree, and laid it right at the edge of that terrace and dropped my dirt hole, made my bed. Man, we caught 2 foxes and 3 dogs off of that one set alone. But you got to back that set, okay? You got to put it up against something, up against a tree, up against some brush. It ain't got to be much. A tuft of grass, something to keep that dog from coming in behind it and working. You want him up there where your trap is. That's number 1. Number 2, it's probably the most important. It's the one I harp on all of my how-to trapping videos. You got to bed those traps, guys. When you dig that bed, you want it just the size of the jaws. Just enough for the jaws to sit down in there. Make your notches for your levers, and then, you know, make it deeper underneath the center, and that's where you're going to drop your stake, and you're going to put all your extra chain up under that trap, and that trap's going to be suspended. The frame of the trap should be sitting on solid ground on the edges. Okay, you follow me here? That trap cannot rock. When that dog walks across that trap, he needs to think he's sitting on solid ground, man. He's walking on what Mother Nature provided. There's nothing fishy going on here. There's nothing unusual. If that trap moves, wobbles, wiggles, anything, he might dig it up. You know, he's going to jump back. You might catch a toe. You're probably not going to catch this dog, and now you got a smart dog, and that's a problem, and they're even harder to catch. All right, the next thing is number 3. Your trap is too close or too far from your dirt hole. This is important, guys. A lot of these guys go out here and they get started and they're excited and they're happy and they punch that dirt hole and then they make that trap bed and they're side by side. Well, how far is that dog's nose from his paws? His head's sticking out in front of his shoulders, right? A few inches. He's sniffing. he might reach up there and dig, but he's wanting what you got going on. And you done put that trap right up there. He's not standing there, guys. That's not where he's standing. My magic number, I mean, there's guys with a lot more experience than me, and there's guys that know a lot more about this than I do. My magic number is 8 to 10. 8 to 10 inches back from that dirt hole. That's where I want my bed. And remember, we're going to bed that trap rock solid. We want that trap hard as can be. We don't want it rocking or moving, but we want it about 8 inches back, because we want it back there where his front shoulders are. We want it where his legs are. We want it where he's standing, not where that nose is, not where that mouth is. He's working, but his paws are what we're catching. We ain't catching him by the nose. Number 4, putting the pan in line with the dirt hole. So you've backed your set, you've guided this dog, you've steered this dog in here to your set, and you put that pan straight in line. Look at my shoulders and then look at my nose. They're not in a straight line, right? We're trying to catch him by the paw. That's off to the side. So lay a couple twigs over here. Put it on, some grass. You guide him so that he's not, when he comes straight in, that pan is just a little off center, and that's where he's stepping. And that's where we want to catch him. Don't put that trap right on top of that dirt hole, and don't put it just straight in line and leave him this big path to walk up and you're nice and centered, because that ain't where he's walking. He's walking over here to the sides. Offset just a little bit. Number 5, probably the biggest one that I was guilty of. It's the biggest one that Billy was guilty of. It's the biggest one that Biggie was guilty of. It's the one that I see the most, and it's the easiest to fix, and it's the one we think the least about. Does your set look natural? Man, I'd back my set. I'd have this piece of a log. I'd have everything going on. I'd lay me a couple twigs over here. It's up against some grass. Man, it's the sexiest set you've ever seen in your life. There's no way a dog could resist it. But where that trap is sitting, I didn't use peat moss to cover it. I didn't rake all the natural stuff back. He walks up and he sees that and he goes, "What is this? This don't belong here. This ain't a fox digging. This ain't a skunk or a raccoon hiding something. There's some shady going on right here. He don't want no part of it." And now you got a smart dog that's going to be harder to catch. Blend your set, guys. That's number 5. That's the biggest. That's what I had the hardest time learning. Blend that set. You want that to look natural. You want that bed where you've covered that trap, you want all of that to look natural. You want it to look like it belongs there. Use some of the natural dirt. Once you put your peat moss, break up some leaves and grass, something, and put over that nice black perfect circle right there and make it look more natural. Blend the edges out. Don't want him thinking something's up right there. But I hope that helps. That's the 5 easiest things to fix. It's the 5 most common mistakes that I see beginners make. I really appreciate your time, guys. I hope this helped. And tight chains to all of you, man. I wish you all the best on your lines. Be safe out there. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. Ring the bell so you get all the notifications for all of our new stuff. And drop me a comment, man. Let's talk about it. If you think I'm doing something not necessarily wrong, but if you think there's a better way or you've got a different way, man, let's chat. Let's talk about it. I'm always up to learn and exchange ideas, and we can have a conversation about it. But I appreciate your time. I hope this helps. Hope you guys learned something. We love you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.